Police in Northumberland launched a murder inquiry after discovering the body of a 28-year-old man in a field near an isolated farmhouse at Shotley Bridge. He was named this afternoon as Paul Logan, who lived in Consett and was married with 2 children. He was battered to death while out delivering Chinese takeaways. Detectives say it was a carefully planned killing.
Paul Logan was lured to his death by a fake delivery call last night. He'd worked for the local Chinese restaurant for about 3 years and regularly drove takeaway food round to people's houses. He arrived at Blue House Farm, about a mile away from the restaurant, at about 10 o'clock, but he was told they hadn't ordered any food. Police believe that while Paul was at the house, the gate to the drive was closed. When he got out of his car to open it again, he was attacked.
About half an hour later, the occupant could still see his vehicle parked at the end of the drive with the lights on, and she contacted the police. As a result of contacting the police, a search discovered his body at 2:30 a.m. this morning, about 50 yards into an adjacent field, and a post-mortem examination has shown that he died from head injuries.
Detectives say the caller rang for the Chinese from this phone box a short distance away from the restaurant. They say the murder was obviously well planned, but as yet they don't know why.
We're looking into the background, obviously, of Mr. Logan, his associates, his movements, and anything at all that would uncover a motive for the killing.
People in the village say Mr. Logan had a reputation as a hard man and was known as something of a troublemaker. Nevertheless, they were shocked by the news.
What do I think about it? I was astounded. The world's becoming evil. You don't know, I live by myself and I sometimes wonder whether I'm safe.
What do you think of the news?
Not very nice. I had a break-in myself about a month ago. It unnerves you.
While police continue with their investigations at a mobile incident room based in the village centre, his wife has been comforted by local clergy.
I know that his priest has been with the family. I've spoken to one of his priests this morning, and they are being cared for, but they will need everyone's prayers and support.
The police have been searching this field for most of the day, and they say they'll continue over Christmas and on Sunday. Their task has been affected by a heavy snowfall last night. Detectives still want to find out the motive for the killing, and they've yet to discover a weapon.
And police in Cleveland are continuing their search for 2 gunmen after shooting incidents in the county this week. One investigation is based in Hartlepool, the other on a suburb on the outskirts of Middlesbrough.
Harry Lancaster, the victim of the Hartlepool shooting, has been transferred from the town's General Hospital to Home House Prison in Stockton. The 34-year-old was on the run when he was shot. He'd absconded from prison in Wetherby, where he was serving a 5-year sentence for attempted robbery and burglary. He was found in the Kilsyth Grove area on the Oughton Manor estate in Hartlepool. A bullet is still lodged in his liver, but he's now out of danger. A team of 30 detectives is on the case, but they're still baffled by the incident. Meanwhile, the 45-year-old victim of the shooting at the Meadows in Coulby Newham is still critical on a life support machine in Middlesbrough General Hospital. Detectives probing that attack have renewed their appeal for witnesses, but they say they're confident they'll make progress soon.
A man has been found shot dead at his home in County Durham. Police say there are no suspicious circumstances and they're not looking for anyone in connection with the death. 30-year-old Michael Ward was found in his home in Woodham near Newton Aycliffe. He had a gunshot wound to his chest. He was married with 3 young children. A neighbour found Mr. Ward's body in the front room of his house in Howson Crescent. A weapon was found nearby. Most of the northeast stores and supermarkets have now closed after one of their busiest few days on record. Gateshead's Metro Centre has reported its busiest December ever. And from a slow start, retailers say generally takings have soared this month. And in spite of the recession, the region's shops stand to make bigger profits. That's because thousands of shoppers are choosing to pay by cash or cheque rather than relying on credit. Karen Thomas reports.
This year's surge in sales has been a timely Christmas present for the shops. Record numbers have turned out to panic buy up to the very last minute. In terms of numbers, the entire population of Liverpool visits the Metro Centre every week, and Durham City makes a daily visit. Yesterday alone, 143,000 people were served by retailers.
I don't think that signals we're out of recession. I think it signals confidence. I think it signals a planned Christmas. I think the real proof of the pudding will be next April when the rises that come out of the budget start to affect people. On the other hand, I don't think prices will go up, and I think the retailers will become even sharper and keener and wiser in providing the public with superb bargains.
But it's a particularly good deal for the retailers. There's been a marked change in the way people are paying, bringing with it greater profits. How are you paying?
Cash.
Why is that?
I don't know, I've just got cash. Prefer to pay by cash.
Are you worried by credit?
No.
What are you paying with?
Cash.
What's the reason for that?
Easier.
Well, cash really, cheque and cash.
Why?
I don't have a banker's card, access or anything like that.
Right. Do you think it's wise to keep away from credit then?
I do, yes.
Mostly the buying public are staying away from luxury goods and favour the more practical present. But this year has seen its fair share of unusual sales as well.
It has to be our Norwegians buying artificial Christmas trees. It's an unusual story, but just like ourselves, they think the real trees are very nice, but they make a mess. And of course, some of the artificial trees we have on sale in the centre, really quite beautiful.
Next month's sales figures should show the measure of retail success, but it still remains to be seen whether this week's cash blitz has stolen the glory of the January sales.
Newcastle Airport has been involved in a radiation scare involving 2 canisters containing radioactive material. Fire crews with special monitoring equipment were called in to examine a damaged wooden case containing the cylinders, but no leakages were found. The freight area was cleared for a while, but the alert was over very quickly. The Tyneside novelist Dame Catherine Cookson is improving in hospital following an emergency operation. The 87-year-old writer has undergone surgery to the colon at the Royal Victoria Infirmary in Newcastle. She's expected to spend the next 2 weeks in hospital, and her husband Tom will stay with her. Dame Catherine had treatment for a rare blood disorder only a month ago. Hartlepool United have been given a Christmas reprieve for their second division matches. The club's Victoria ground has been given a new safety certificate until the end of January. It was due to expire next week, but the extension will give the club time to sort out delays in funding from the Football Grounds Improvements Trust. And Jack Charlton has been named as the most popular man in Ireland. A new opinion poll in a Dublin newspaper has put the Ashington-born team manager at the top of the list. Charlton's popularity has soared even higher in the Republic now that the national team has qualified for the World Cup finals in America. Well, there's a good chance that parts of the region will enjoy a white Christmas tomorrow. People living up on the hills woke up to see snow this morning, and the weather forecasters say that fresh falls are possible. Reesdale Forest in Northumberland is one of the areas looking rather Christmassy at the moment. Carter Bar was also under a couple of inches of snow, along with some high ground at Towlaw and elsewhere in County Durham. Newcastle Weather Centre says the last time there was snow lying in the city on Christmas Day was in 1981. There could be some more wintry showers tomorrow, and according to bookmakers William Hill, the latest betting for an official white Christmas in Newcastle is 7-2.
Well, the snow came down all right, didn't it? But a lot of it melted again after that lovely sunshine. So we still don't know. Bob, are we going to have a white Christmas?
Pamela, I've had another look at the seaweed and the pine cones, and I've got a definite maybe for you. I'm not going to tell you now. I'm going to keep it till later in the programme.
You're just keeping us guessing, of course. Well, all right, then I suppose we'll have to wait, won't we? But right now, we're going to get straight to our Christmas crackers competition. We're trying to find the best set of Christmas decorations anywhere in the northeast. And this is where you get the chance to decide the winner. And the winner will get this beautiful hamper, it's just down there, to brighten up your Christmas. Now, we've had dozens and dozens of entries, and this is what just some of them do to their homes every year.
You really are crackers about Christmas, you lot. Well, we finally narrowed the entries down to 3 finalists, 3 households who really go to town every year. Keep a pencil or pen and a piece of paper handy, because after we've shown you the finalists, we'll be asking you to vote for the winner. Remember, you'll put even more sparkle into their Christmas because they'll win a £150 hamper full of goodies. And here they are.
Hello, my name's Kerry. I'm 7 years old. I live in Battle Hill. Welcome to my home. This is the best decorations in the whole wide world.
Kerry says her dad is mad about Christmas. So far, he's put up more than 1,000 fairy lights, but he's still putting more decorations and lights up way past the big day. Her dad, Tom, says since his business went bust, he hasn't been able to give his children as many presents as he'd like, and this is his way of making it special for them.
We've got about 1,400 lights up now. And the main reason is I'm unemployed at the moment, but the bands love the decorations, so if we can't get them exactly what they want for Christmas, they've got the lights to make that Christmas as well, you know.
He's got so many lights, and he's got decorations up, Christmas cards pinned in the walls.
Why do you think your house should win this competition?
Because the decorations are bestest. Because the bestest in the whole wide world.
The Crabtree family of Bishop Midland in County Durham have amassed around £1,000 worth of decorations since they started taking Christmas seriously about 5 years ago. Alan and Dan would have us believe they don't do it for themselves.
Yeah, it's for the kids really. The bands love it, I love it, and I just love Christmas. When it comes round at Christmas, I can wait to get the decorations out with the lights up.
I have a husband that's as soft as the children, and he loves it. He loves Christmas. I like it. Everybody else likes it, and that's what Christmas is all about.
When people walk past, they slow down with a car, and you gawking in, giving them a good look. Surprised how many people do stop.
At Easington Village in County Durham, the Terrys are decorating their home in Laburnum Crescent for 15 years and 7 children. Their collection of elaborate trimmings from both sides of the Atlantic have cost them more than £3,000.
Well, we like doing it. We've done it for that long. It's just a way of life, as you might say. To get the Christmas spirit, I mean, I started putting outside lights up, 5 weeks ago? It's worth seeing everything all lit up. It's when you come to take it down at the end.
Just imagine their electricity bills. It doesn't bear thinking about. Now, you've got the chance to decide the winner. If you think the Bowman should win, then ring 0891 665521. The numbers then run in sequence. For example, if you want the Crabtrees to win, phone 0891 665522, or the Terrys from Easington 0891 665523. Easy, isn't it? And none of those calls should cost you more than 10 pence. We'll tell you how the vote is going throughout the programme. Meanwhile, Bob.
Now, you remember 3 weeks ago we launched the Salvation Army's Christmas Toy Appeal. Well, thanks to you, our generous-hearted viewers, this year has been even more successful than ever.
Indeed, even as we speak, the Salvation Army are still distributing gifts. They say that everyone who wrote to them will be receiving help this Christmas. Well, I caught up with them earlier when they visited Dryburn Hospital.
You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
There were looks of eager anticipation on Ward 2 as the Salvation Army arrived, arms full of toys. This was just one of thousands of visits after weeks of sorting through donations which poured into all the collection points in the North East. And the appeal was given a major boost by Fisher Price of Peterlee. They donated £20,000 worth of soft toys. Although the majority of the gifts are being given to families and individuals for whom Christmas would otherwise be bleak, the children in Dryburn Hospital were given a special treat today.
Better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
It's Christmas.
Thank you very much indeed about this gift.
The Salvation Army say that this is the most successful toy appeal so far, and they're delighted with the response they've had.
We're just so grateful to everybody that's given. We've delivered lots and lots of toys, and we hope it's made a lot of children happy.
Salvation Army's work goes on, providing meals for the needy tomorrow. And as far as tonight's concerned, they'll be delivering presents right up until the last minute.
Merry Christmas.
Better not pout, I'm telling you why.
Have a happy Christmas.
To town.
Merry Christmas.
The children at Dryburn Hospital, we hope they're all soon better. Now, Christmas is a time for giving, but don't you sometimes think it's all got a little bit commercial? Well, while we were out filming for the toy appeal, one little girl reminded us what the season should be about. Little Rachel Green was asked why Christmas was special for her.
Because it's baby Jesus' birthday. And you've got to pray for him every day. I pray for him every day.
You pray for baby Jesus every day?
Yes.
Thanks for jogging our memory there, Rachel. We're going to take a break now, but do join us in a moment when we'll be bringing you a lost gem of a theatre brought to life by a group of teenage actors. But we'll leave you with a bunch of lads spending Christmas far from their native northeast, a seasonal greeting from the Coldstream Guards out in Bosnia.
We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your King. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
The biggest ever Paul Eyre carpet sale starts Boxing Day holiday. Every carpet is reduced. And for the first time ever, you can buy any carpet. Pay just over 10% deposit and then pay the balance in June '94. First 4 days only, save 90% on this Wilton. It's only $1.95 a square yard when you buy the underlay at $2.99 a square yard. Save over 60% on these American Shadows now, $2.99 a square yard. These prints are only $1.49 a square yard. Sale starts Boxing Day holiday. It's the big one. Don't miss these fantastic 4-day offers.
This Christmas, make sure the sherry you're drinking is Harveys Bristol Cream. The best sherry in the world.
As part of your nutritious breakfast, which cereal turns the milk more chocolatey? Coco Pops or this new one? Coco Pops? Very chocolatey. The new cereal? Even more chocolatey. So what is it? New, more chocolatey Coco Pops.
Miller Brothers Mega Sale is now on. See hundreds of mega savings like £70 off this sharp video with programmable handset. Miller Brothers Mega Value $179.99. Miller Brothers Electrical Mega Sale, Newcastle and Stockton.
Darling, can you get me a size 12? This one's a bit tight.
Do you need any help?
Oh, yes. I'm looking for a size 12. This one's a bit tight.
Mrs. P, the gentleman says this one's a bit tight. Do we have it in a bigger size?
Time for a sharp exit. Time for a cool, sharp harp.
It looks more like a size 14 to me.
Welcome back. Now, the painful bit. Do you remember we asked you for your best or your worst Christmas jokes? You know, the ones that fall out of Christmas crackers. Lots of you responded by phoning them to our newsroom, driving us mad. And here is just a sample.
My name is Natalie Collins. My hometown is Newcastle. My Christmas joke is, what did Adam say to Eve at Christmas? It's Christmas Eve.
Carol Harris concert. What did the driver say when he passed his driving test? Noel, Noel.
Dawn Bradman, Sugsworth, Sunderland. What do you call a dancing mushroom at a Christmas party? A fungi to be with.
And they get worse than that, I'm afraid. But now, apart from jokes, Christmas has for centuries meant feasting and drinking and paying for it later. So we couldn't let this evening pass without talking about food, and some last-minute tips might just come in handy.
Anne Walton is famous for her farmhouse kitchen in Northumberland, and she's written this book called A Farmhouse Christmas, packed with tips and ideas for the festive season.
Now, she was frantically trying to get her Christmas orders out when I went up to Rosedon to see her. Now, there's so many things to do on Christmas Day, aren't there, that at least if you've got your turkey under control, you know, you can relax a bit. So, Anne, will you tell us what we should do with our turkey?
Well, first of all, take it out of the polythene bag if it's in one, if
Why
it's in
is
your
that?
fridge, because they soon go off in a polythene bag. You should never keep unless it's frozen. Then you clean the bird out, just to make sure there's no bits of anything left.
Now, you're using a tea towel. What about washing it?
No, I wouldn't wash it. It's far better. It's like game birds and that. Never wash them. Just rub them. You lose your flavours and everything.
Okay.
Then I put an onion inside.
Now, you're not using stuffing here?
No, because I don't like it inside a bird. I like to cook it separately. Yes?
Well, that's unusual.
Well, that's me.
Okay,
We all
then
have
what
our
do you
ways.
do?
Then I rub it over with butter, either with your fingers, depending on, or if it's for someone else, well, you don't use your fingers, you use a knife, don't you? So rub it all over with the butter.
That's just to keep it nice
Keep
and
it
moist,
moist,
is it?
yes, yes.
Right, okay. So then that goes straight in the oven,
Straight in the oven, yes. Put some foil over it.
Oh, right.
And then into the oven.
So just as a quick guide then, how long is it per pound that you would recommend cooking
Well,
for?
20 minutes per pound, but the bigger the bird, it seems to, you know, get less in comparison.
Per pound?
Per pound,
Right,
exactly.
okay.
But I would say a 10-pound bird, I would cook it for 3 hours.
Right, okay. So that's ready for the oven?
Yes, ready for the oven. Pop it in.
So as they say in all the best cookery programmes, here's one we prepared earlier. It smells absolutely delicious, Anne. But what are you serving it with?
Well, this is forcemeat balls, which is sausage and herbs and onions and a few breadcrumbs, and bacon with sausage, the bacon roll and the sausage.
Okay, so tell us how you make them then.
Well, the forcemeat balls, there is sausage, onions, herbs, salt and pepper, and you cook the onions with the herbs with a little butter, and then add the sausage and then form them into balls.
Right, so you just mush it all up and roll it into a ball?
Yes, exactly.
Right,
yes,
and the other bacon rolls?
And the bacon rolls, all you do is take a slice of bacon, it's rather with a little streaky bacon's best, and you stretch it out, just like so, and then just roll the sausage in it.
As simple as that?
As simple as that.
Well, I think it's about time we had a taste here, Anne. These look delicious. They are. They're absolutely fantastic. Right, I think it's time the crew had a bite to eat. Robbie the sound man, let's get you some food here. Give us a verdict.
Excellent.
Now, of course, the perfect accompaniment to turkey is bread sauce, Anne, and I have to admit, I normally resort to a packet just because it's easier.
Oh dear.
Tell us how I should make bread sauce.
Well, it's very simple. All you need is a pint of milk, an onion, some cloves, not as many as that if you don't want, it depends on your taste. Some bay leaves, carrots, a little butter and breadcrumbs, and a little seasoning.
And I can make this tonight, can I?
Oh, easily, yes, yes.
Okay, so tell me what to do.
All you do is put the milk into the pan and add everything but your breadcrumbs, and your butter and your breadcrumbs, and let it simmer for about half an hour.
Right, that's bubbling away nicely.
Yes, yeah.
So then what do? You take all that?
Yes, you remove all the bits out, and then add your breadcrumbs.
Okay.
Like so.
And then that just thickens, does it?
It does, yes, you just... Add a knob of butter, which I have here.
So you don't need much butter?
No. And some seasoning. Pop it on the cooker just to boil through. Then pop it into a basin.
Can I have a taste?
You can.
I like to taste everything, you see. Much better than packet.
Is that right? Then pop it into a basin and just seal it with some buttered paper and pop it in your oven to keep warm.
Now you can only eat so many turkey sandwiches, can't you? And there's a section in here for your leftovers, Anne. So what are you going to show us?
Well, this is a very simple dish with cold turkey, celery, onions, crisps and cheese, some mayonnaise and lemon juice.
Right.
And all you do, you put the turkey, this is 2 cups of turkey, then 2 cups of celery, pop them all into the dish, and 2 tablespoonfuls of onions.
And just mix it all up together,
mix it all up together. And then you add your lemon juice, 2 tablespoonfuls.
Right. Now you've left the crisps and the cheese out.
Yes, that's the topping.
Right.
And your mayonnaise, which is a cupful of mayonnaise.
You could eat that raw, couldn't you?
Well, you can eat it anyway, but it's rather nice. You can serve it hot, you can serve it cold, or if you're doing it for a supper party, whatever. If you're having seconds, it doesn't matter about keeping the things warm. What you do is crisp your crisps up and your cheese and just use it as a topping.
And how long does that take to cook?
20 minutes, half an hour.
It's not really cooking, is it?
No,
it's just
warming through. Just seal it.
So you do that just to seal around the edges?
That's right.
There we go. And I see you've got one in there. Can we taste that one that's ready?
Sure you can.
Right, now I'm going to ask our cameraman to come in and taste this. Come on, Simon. You haven't managed to taste anything yet. Ow, it's hot.
Very hot, yes.
Very hot, yes.
Very nice, thank you.
Enjoy it?
Thank you.
Well, Anne, thank you so much for showing us. I'm going to go home and study this now and hope tomorrow goes well.
I was probably asleep. Thank you.
Yes, it really is delicious. And Anne sent you this for your supper, Bob. There you are. Have a taste of that crispy turkey supper and see what you think.
This is all the payment I ever get from Tyne-Tees.
Yum, yum. Is it good? Do you think that's going to be enough for you?
Oh, obviously Anne knows my appetite. This is wonderful.
A man of discerning taste. Well, of course, that book, A Farmhouse Christmas by Anne Walton, is available at just under a £5 in your bookshops right now. Andrew.
Right, onto our Christmas cracker competition, and we've had lots of calls to our televote numbers, and at the moment, this is the way things are. The Bowman family of Wallsend are on a staggering 73%, the Crabtrees from Bishop Middleham in County Durham on 8%, and the Terry family from Easington are on 19%. And these are the numbers to ring if you want to register your vote. The call should cost you no more than 10 pence. Pam.
Now birthday time, because Charles Dickens' immortal miser Scrooge is 150 years old this month. The fictional villain of one of his most famous works, A Christmas Carol, Scrooge had a word for the season of humbug. But he went through a miraculous transformation after he was shown the error of his ways. Perry Leach went along to see another transformation at a rather special stage version of the Scrooge story.
Mean old Scrooge would really feel at home in this Dickensian building. Or would he? As every lover of fairy tales knows, appearances can be deceptive. In fact, the grey, forbidding exterior of St Nicholas's Psychiatric Hospital in Newcastle conceals a tiny gem of theatrical history, forgotten for decades. The Jubilee Theatre is a small replica of the Theatre Royal Newcastle, which used it for pantomime rehearsals until 40 years ago. The Arch of Dalton tiles, designed by eminent Victorian artist W.J. Neatby, is unique. The only other example of his work in existence is inside Harrods Food Hall. Numerous stars have strutted the boards, but the most famous comedy double act in history probably stumbled across them during a visit to Newcastle and Tynemouth in the 1930s.
Laurel and Hardy, we believe, have performed here. Billy Connolly, before he became a professional, actually performed on this stage as well when there was a folk club here as well. So there has been quite a number of people here, and of course many of the stars who have gone on, who have been at the Theatre Royal itself, have obviously been in here as well.
These children can't wait to see A Christmas Carol, Charles Dickens' ghost story of a miser who thought anything festive was humbug. They are some of the thousands of children who've seen First Act, a young theatre company whose eldest member is 24.
The theatre had not been used for 20, 30 years, so we're delighted when First Act came along wanting to use it. And it's enabled members of the public to actually come in and see this beautiful theatre with the stage and the stage tiles.
Nearly 200 children belong to First Act, and they take on all roles, including stage management, making props and operating technical equipment. Some have even gone on to national theatre companies, such as the RSC, yet others have appeared in television hits, such as Byker Grove.
I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning.
It's a great thing rehearsing in a place like this. Kids get full feel of the theatre. It enhances you to the great things you can get in the theatre with the greater facilities, rather than if you're doing it in a school hall, you know.
Taking children into a psychiatric hospital has also proved to be a valuable experience, according to Ken, a psychiatric social worker.
When we first started, we obviously did have some concerns that how would parents respond? And the parents responded very, very well. One of the interesting things to me was last summer I was coming in and I was suddenly aware that as I was coming along the drive, there was young people wandering up and down the drive, and it was no different from anywhere else.
They look at up and saw a star.
The partnership between the hospital and the theatre company is well supported. The Foundation for Arts and Sport has just given a grant of £40,000.
I will live in the past, the present and the future. The spirits of all three shall live within me. Oh, please, Spirit, say that I may sponge away the writing on this star. No!
And it was always said of him that he knew how to keep Christmas well if any man alive possessed the knowledge.
After more than 30 years as the Cinderella of the arts world, the little Jubilee Theatre will be the belle of the ball for many Christmases to come.
Observed. God bless us, everyone.
Born is the King of Israel.
Now, I'm sorry, but we did promise it's time now for more of those Christmas jokes straight out of the cracker. By the way, there are no prizes for this. It's just for the honour of phoning in the best, or should that be the worst, Christmas funny. Let's have a listen to some of these.
My name is Helen Teff, and I live in Durham City, 90 Gerald's Gate, Durham, DH1 1HY. My joke is this. How many feet in a yard? It depends how many people are standing in it.
My name's Kevin Gregg, and I'm from Newcastle upon Tyne. What's happened to the little girl what slept with her head under the pillar? The tooth fairy's come and pulled her teeth out.
Eileen Mrs. Stanley. The joke is, why did a father name both his sons Edward? And the answer is because he thought 2 Eds was better than 1.
Yes. Right, well, a few moments ago we were saying happy birthday to Scrooge, 150 years old this year, a bit younger than Bob. Well, it seems that Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without a flavour of Dickens on your cards or on the box.
So just before we take a break, here's one of the region's best choirs in a Victorian street setting at the Castle Museum in York. See you soon, don't go away.
God rest you, merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Saviour was born on Christmas Day, to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. In Bethlehem in Jewry this blessed babe was born, and laid within a manger upon this blessed morn. The which his mother Mary did nothing take in scorn. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
From God our heavenly Father a blessed angel came, and unto certain shepherds brought tidings of the same, how that in Bethlehem was born the Son of God by name.
Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Now to the Lord sing praises, all you within this place, and with true love and brotherhood each other now embrace. This holy tide of Christmas all others doth deface. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Stepsils. First aid for sore throats.
Talk amongst yourselves. I may be sometime.
Hey Santa, Lunn Polly are offering their biggest discounts ever, but only until January the 3rd.
Biggest discounts ever? Get away.
Wham! Bam! It's amazing! Starting Monday at Dickens is 20% off everything. 70,000 lines reduced. 20% off everything at Dickens starting Monday.
The huge Dallas carpet sale starts Monday the 27th of December. There's interest-free credit on hundreds of selected lines. This superb lounge quality carpet comes with free fitting, free underlay and interest-free credit. All at only £4.99 per square yard. Dallas Carpets, Gateshead, Byker Newcastle, Redcar, North Seaton, Elsick Road Newcastle, Seaton Delaval, South Shields and Portrack Lane Stockton.
Let's have a curry tonight with Uncle Ben's curry sauces. Take some meat or chicken, add the sauce and cook in the oven. Creamy korma with coconut, almonds and a delicious mild blend of spices. Served with Uncle Ben's rice. It's easy and delicious.
Uncle Ben's. Perfect results every time.
Welcome back, and things are really hotting up in our voting for our Christmas cracker competition for the best decorations in the North East. The Bowman family from Wallsend are on 67%, the Crabtree family from Bishop Middleham on 9%, and the Terrys from Easington on 24%. And a quick reminder, if you want to vote for the Bowmans, it's 0891 665521, the Crabtrees 0891 665522, and the Terrys 0891 665523. And we'll bring you the results at the end of the programme.
Yep, keep those votes coming in. Now we're going to have a look at the North East Christmas Eve tradition of geysering. That's what I said, geysering. Not one of my words, not a nithering or a simmet. It's a real custom which flourished at the end of the century. Beamish Museum has been taking its young visitors back to the festive season of days gone by, when children didn't get quite as much in the way of presents as they do nowadays. But what is geysering? Nina Nurk has been finding out.
Now prepare yourself for a lesson in geysering from the children of St Joseph's Primary School in Merton, County Durham. Step 1, you've got to hide your face, paint it black or wear a mask. Next, be prepared to sing or perform a play, and the reward could be yours.
Hello there.
Hello, Merry Christmas. Please may we have our Christmas gift?
Merry Christmas to you. Well, it depends. I think you're going to have to earn it. What are you going to do for me?
Right, class, let's sing a song.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Now, that was very nice. I've just got some fruit and nuts for you here. Will that do?
Yes, please.
Yes? Well, you share them out, honey. Thank you very much and Merry Christmas.
You go around begging and that you ask for stuff, and sometimes they say you'll have to earn it.
We went to the school and then done some work. First we done our times tables, then we done some sums, then we done some writing about the coins.
And then we went out to play for a run because we were all cold. And there was a fire on.
The tradition dates back to medieval times when Christmas wasn't as commercial as it is now.
Guising was a tradition that dates back to the medieval times, and it was largely masquerade in which people would dress up with masks or sometimes just black their faces with makeup. And they would go around on Christmas Eve and they would ask for a little gift, fruit, nuts or something like that. And in return, they would put on a little performance, sing a song, and that would bring good luck and bring Christmas cheer.
What were the presents like?
They would tend to get a lot fewer and there would be smaller presents. They recommended that you'd spend sixpence or a shilling on a gift for a child, and it would be a small toy or for sweets, something like that, and the local shop would provide these items. And they would be wrapped up and hung on the Christmas tree, and a child would only get 2 or 3 presents. If mum or dad could make things, then they might get a homemade toy or something similar to that.
And who knows, next year, as well as penny for the guy, trick or treat, geysering may catch on too.
Mischievous little monkeys, aren't they? Well, you should be relaxing back into your Christmas Eve by now, ready for a holiday and a great time with the family. Spare a thought then for the North East soldiers with the Coldstream Guards. They're out in Bosnia with the UN peacekeeping force and finding it a bit hard to feel festive in temporary accommodation and sub-zero temperatures. Now, if you have a relative or friend out there, look out, because we have lots of messages for the old folks back home. First of all, though, we have a special report from Jim Buchanan out in Bosnia.
And then they can come in towards us.
Christmas is coming in Vitez, and British soldiers based here have been handing out sweets and hot chocolate to local children. But despite an official Christmas ceasefire, the sound of war is never far away.
Okay, oh, it's hot.
Most soldiers in Vitez are Coldstream Guardsmen, and most Coldstream Guardsmen come from the northeast. This week they were visited by Foreign Office Minister Douglas Hogg, who spent an hour talking to warrior crews.
Each vehicle, so you can switch around. And do you, in the course of a day's operation, shift like that, or...?
Depending on if people need sleep and that, we need to get them in and change them over. It just depends really.
But there are also Royal Engineers here, and many of them come from the northeast too. Accommodation is in a former school, where conditions are basic but bearable.
Well, we expected the weather to be a lot worse than what it's been for the past 2 weeks, so the weather hasn't got us down too much. And I suppose the accommodation, although it's bad, it's better than what we thought it'd be. The jobs, you get a variety of work out here, and we're doing something that we wouldn't be doing back in camp, so it's not too bad. Apart from that, it's pretty rubbish, actually.
To my darling John, hope that you have a Merry Christmas and all the best for '94. Sorry that we cannot be together. I'm thinking of you always. All my love, forever yours, Gillian. Beautiful, eh?
Not so much a white Christmas in Vitez, more like a muddy one, but celebrations will be along more traditional lines.
It's been a tradition which has gone back for years and years, whereas we allow the troops, the fighting troops, the guardsmen, the Christmas morning off, giving them a late reveille. We then take round gunfire, which is basically a spirit-type tea drink, to give them a bit of a nice warm feeling in the morning. They're then allowed to sleep in slightly, and then the officers and senior NCOs of the camp will take on the guard duties to give them a Christmas day off.
So despite being far from home, everyone here is looking forward to tomorrow.
2, 3. We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your King. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Happy Christmas!
Well, it does look a bit bleak out there, but it's good to see that the guards are keeping their spirits up. Now, we promised to pass on their wishes for a Merry Christmas to their families back home, and here they are now.
Sat Robinson in Vitez. I'd like to say Merry Christmas to my mum and dad, all my family in Sunderland, and Merry Christmas to my wife. I love you. See you in 3 months.
My name's Neil Sprott at Vitez. I'd just like to wish Happy Christmas and Happy New Year to all my family at home in Lugger.
Just like to wish Gillian Merry Christmas. I'll see you in a couple of days. All the best to my mum and all the family. See you soon. Cheers.
And I'd just like to say Happy Christmas to my mum and dad and to Annie, I love you. I'll be home soon, in 24th of Jan.
My name's Carl Graham in Vitez. I'd like to say Happy Christmas to me mum, my dad. I'd like to say Happy Christmas to Niece and her family. I wish everyone in Hetley Hall a Happy Christmas. I'll see you in the new year. Happy Christmas.
My name's Lee Cairns in Vitez with the Coldstream Guards. Just like to say Merry Christmas, Dad. Happy New Year. All my family. Good luck in Pigs with ex-servicemen. I'll see you in January.
Hello, Corporal Turner, Hospital and Coldstream Guards here in Vitez. I'd just like to wish my mum, dad, everybody knows us, Happy Christmas and a Happy New Year. See you all soon.
Hi, this is Guardsman Woodcock calling from Vitez. I'd just like to wish Happy Christmas to my mum and dad, all my family, and everybody who knows me. I hope you have a Happy New Year as well.
Oh, my name's Daz Long. I'd like to say hello to my wife, my child, and all the family back home, and a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in February.
Comes on MGM3, number 2 company down in Vitez. First telling Coldstream Guards. To my wife and my children, a Happy Christmas and a Happy New Year. All my love and wishes. Hope you have a good time back in Germany. To my family, especially my father, who sadly missed, and everybody that's been supportive to me in the last few weeks, and also the Evening Chronicle and the friends down in the balloon. I wish you a good Christmas and a Happy New Year.
To my wife Judith and Nicky, who stayed up in Cramlington with Tom and Jill Spenceley, I wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I hope to see my wife and Nicky in March. Thanks very much.
Lance Corporal Andy Hayes, Company Medic with the 1st Battalion Coldstream Guards in Vitez. Just like to wish my wife Helen a Merry Christmas back home in Whitburn, Sunderland. Also to her family, Phil, Kath and Malcolm. And a special hello and Merry Christmas to Jean. Hope you get well soon. See you soon.
Hi all at home, Happy Christmas and Happy New Year, especially to my daughter Danielle. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. To my mum, all my families, have a pint with us in the Bell Grove. Tune Army.
Mum, Dad, all my family, all my brothers, Happy Christmas, all the best, all Newcastle supporters. To the Army!
Warm greetings there from Bosnia. Weather time now, though, and Bob, and there they are in sub-zero temperatures, and here's what...